Hello, everyone, and we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Pastrami Nation podcast. I'm Kevin. Joining me today, Daniel. How you doing today, sir? How's everything been going? It's been a while since we've had you on the show. Since we've done a show, honestly, but since we've had you on the show, how you been?
Great. Just had to move across the country, so been a little hectic for a while, but getting settled in and looking forward to getting back in tune with everybody.
No, absolutely, man. No, I hear you. Happy to have you. Today's show, we're going to be talking about the year in movies so far. We're going to be talking about kind of what's been out, what we've seen so far, and also kind of what's to come. There's quite a few movies to come that I'm very, very excited for. So I don't really know, obviously, how good they are because they haven't come out yet. But we will be talking about some of our favorite movies that came out this year so far, some of our the biggest surprises that came out this year so far. And please let me know in the comments of anything that we've missed, anything you guys have seen, anything that you guys want to see. Let us know. We will avoid general spoilers. So if you're watching this and being like, I haven't watched a lot of stuff, I don't want things to be spoiled, don't worry. We won't dive too much into spoilers, but we will be talking about some things, basic story, plot points, things like that. So hello, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show today. So let's get started. So Daniel, before we started, you haven't really had a chance to watch a whole lot of movies this year. Just like you said earlier, you've been a lot of stuff going on. So what's been on your list that you have seen so far this year? And you can be honest. Tell us
Yeah.
what you think about it.
So my list is very long, but I've only seen one. Usually I'm waiting for streaming nowadays. But I did get to see Greenland 2. So I
Okay.
was kind of really excited about that one. I enjoyed the first one, kind of had the 2012 vibe with the world ending and everything. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, the second one, we're going to give that a shot. I unfortunately was not a huge fan, did not go the way I was hoping. Gerard Butler's always awesome
Yeah.
to watch, but just um, was not what I was hoping for. But got more movies out there I want to watch. But yeah, that was just pretty much the only one I saw in the theater so far this year. But I got more I'm looking forward to. So I was going to hand it over to you to let us
Yeah.
know the ones you have seen.
Yeah. So I've seen quite a bit. I haven't seen everything that's been out. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff out, and much like you, I haven't been moving or anything, but life's been a little hectic, so it's hard to get to the theaters. But I have, I watch a good handful of films that I kind of want to talk about. Now, the beginning of the year, we had a couple great kind of more horror kind of vibe movies that came out. We have Sam Raimi's Send Help, and also Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
I want
Um,
to see that one.
yeah, so I saw both of those in theaters. So I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, and I really, really enjoyed Send Help. I thought Send Help was great. Amy Adams was fantastic. Dylan O'Brien is great. It's basics. It's Sam Raimi through and through. But Amy Adams gives one of the most unhinged and amazing performances I've ever seen her do. She's fantastic. The movie's bloody, it's gory, but it's really kind of empowering in a weird way, and it's just got a lot of really great moments. Dylan O'Brien is an incredible a-hole. Like, he's just the best asshole you can ask for. He plays that douchebag character so well. So that was one of my favorites this year. Ready or Not 2, I really, really enjoyed. I love the first film. I love Radio Silence. I love Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton. Love the whole cast. Love everyone. It was good, but it didn't quite reach the heights of the first movie. I think the first one, the second one kind of has a case of kind of looking back, or kind of this nostalgic, oh, remember this from the first movie, remember that, remember this kind of deal. And as much as I enjoyed it, and as much as I liked the characters, it felt like a natural extension of the first film, but it wasn't as good or any better than the first film. So, I think I gave it a review. When I reviewed it, I gave it a middle of the road rating. I think I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5. Like, it was fine. It did what it had to do. But overall, I don't think that it was as good or as powerful as some of the other films by Radio Silence. Speaking of Radio Silence, They sat out of the newest Scream film, Scream 7. So Radio Silence, who also did Ready or Not, they did Scream 5, kind of the reboot. They did Scream 6, and then Scream 7 came back this year with a bang. Unfortunately, the movie was not great. Unfortunately, the movie kind of sucked. I'm a big Scream fan. I love Scream. I love the franchise. They really, 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 I think they course corrected so much that they kind of ruined the franchise. Like they kind of, with 5 and 6, they really, really trying to move the needle a little bit. They try to change things. They try to do something different. They kept a lot of the legacy cast, but a lot of the newer characters was what the story was about. This one, they went back to basics. You got Kevin Williamson, who wrote the first movie, came to direct it. And it just kind of felt like it kind of felt like Scream 5 if they hadn't rebooted the franchise. So if it was Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they made this movie, it would have been a natural extension. But you have two really good movies in between 4 and 7. So you have 5 and 6. But then you have this one that just kind of seems like an outlier. Wasn't a favorite. It was great to see Neve Campbell back. Great to see all the legacy characters back again. But overall, just kind of fell flat. Wasn't my favorite this year. And, it was fine. It was good, but it wasn't, it wasn't anything that I'd write home about or recommend to anybody this year. So this year has also just had some really, really cool movies that I've seen in theaters. Some that were really surprising. So before I kind of get to some of my other favorites of the year, I want to talk about a couple that really kind of caught me off guard and really, really surprised me by how good they were. Now, I think Hoppers, the newest film from Pixar, has been one of my favorite movies of the year. The really, really cool thing about Hoppers is that it takes place in a town called Beaverton. I happen to live in Beaverton, Oregon, which is really, really cool. Little did I know that this movie kind of took a lot of inspiration from the town I live in. They even had the premiere of the film, which I didn't realize. They had a lot of the cast and crew the day before the film officially opened in Beaverton. They got a key to the city and everything. It was really cool. Didn't know about it. But Hoppers was really, really fun. I think it was kind of a return to form for Pixar. I think there was a lot of great stuff in it. I think it was really sweet. It was really it was super smart, super funny, had some really, really great moments. Highly, highly, highly recommend Hoppers if you have it. If you kind of fell off the Pixar bandwagon, I truly, truly recommend Hoppers. Really good. Streaming on Disney Plus now. Highly recommend checking it out. It's just a really sweet story. The animation's gorgeous, like usual, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful story. One of the other, probably the biggest surprise of the year so far, which me and my family watched the other night, which I was really, really surprised by, was a little film called The Sheep Detectives. Sounds corny, sounds kooky. Hugh Jackman plays this farmer. He's a sheep farmer, and he dies under mysterious circumstances. And every night he reads to his flock these murder stories, these murder mystery stories. And of course, it's a talking animal movie from the same studio that brought you Paddington and all these movies. It's a really sweet, really heartfelt movie. I found myself crying at times, found myself laughing so hard. It's oddly a murder mystery that the whole family can enjoy because it never gets, you might have to answer some questions about maybe death and stuff like that, but there's nothing gory about it. It's just a super sweet, super sincere film. Highly, highly, highly recommend The Sheep Detectives. I believe it's streaming on Amazon Plus, or not Amazon Plus, on Amazon Prime right now. Definitely check out Sheep Detectives if you have not. That's probably been my biggest surprise so far this year. And there's a handful of other movies I've seen that we'll just kind of go over real fast. Some that I think kind of deserve a little bit of a shout out. So we got The Housemaid, Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Paul Feig, just a really it was a really trashy kind of horror thriller mystery kind of movie. And I like a domestic thriller, and I think it worked really, really well. Not a huge Sydney Sweeney fan, but I think she's really, really good in these type of roles. She did a good job. Amanda Seyfried, I think she's fantastic. Yeah, and this movie just works, and I think it's really, really good. So The Housemaid shouldn't work, but it works really, really, really well. Dead Man's Wire is pretty good. Testament of Anne Lee, also starring Amanda Seyfried. Really weird, really bizarre, really crazy, but uh, I'm still trying to like struggle with my thoughts about it. It's a really, really good film. Amanda Seyfried's great in it. I think it has some great cinematography. It looks gorgeous, sounds gorgeous. It's kind of, I don't want to call it a musical. It's based around this religious sect called Quakers, or like kind of they're a sect of Quakers essentially. And Anne Lee was kind of their first kind of feminist leader who tried to advance things forward in the Quaker society for women and for society as a whole. It's just kind of her story. And like I said, it's a musical, but not in the typical sense. It uses kind of Quaker hymns and stuff like that to tell its story. And it's unique, it's interesting, it's different. It's not for everybody, but I think if you just want a really good, sincere drama, Testament of Anne Lee is for you. Luc Besson's Dracula. We'll skip right past that because that was god awful. Well, one of my favorites of this year has been Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This is from director Gore Verbinski. Starring Sam Rockwell, has a time traveler who comes back to our time. Something is going to happen in a couple hours, and he needs to find the right combination of people to basically stop the apocalypse, the upcoming AI apocalypse. This movie absolutely despises AI as much as I do. This movie just hates it with a passion, and it wears it on its sleeve, and it is not afraid to bash it at every second that it can. And it is a wonderful film. It's funny, it's smart. Gore Verbinski, for those of you who don't know, he kind of started in the 90s with Mouse Hunt. Mouse Hunt was a very interesting, unique film. He also did The Mexican. He did Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. He did The Ring, the first Ring movie. He's done some wonderful, wonderful films. The Cure for Wellness was kind of his last film. He kind of went into director prison because of that, because it was unfortunately a flop. Not a lot of people liked it. I liked it. That was great, but it's nice to see him back. He's working on all cylinders, and I think this movie is fantastic. It's definitely going to be in my top 5 of the year for sure. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful, and I absolutely love it.
It's streaming now, right?
It is streaming. It's streaming on Hulu. Definitely check it out if you get a chance.
That's on my list.
Yes, definitely watch it. Sam Rockwell, one of my favorite actors,
Yeah,
and
he's awesome.
he delivers in this 100%. I think he's phenomenal. The Super Mario Galaxy movie was good. It was exactly what I kind of expected from a Super Mario movie to be. Doesn't reinvent the wheel. The animation's gorgeous. It looks good. It's a Mario adventure. It's mostly a Princess Peach movie, which I really, really appreciated. And yeah, I think it really does some cool things with Rosalina and Princess Peach that I wasn't expecting. I think the voice cast is wonderful. Overall, it's fine movie. You'll be entertained. The kids will be entertained. That's all that matters. Devil Wears Prada 2. Me and my wife went to go check it out. If you like the Devil Wears Prada, you're going to like the Devil Wears Prada 2. If you didn't like Devil Wears Prada, you're not going to care for the Devil Wears Prada 2. Simple. I happen to enjoy the Devil Wears Prada. I think it's a funny movie. It's a fun, just kind of have it on, like, clever movie to have on the background. So it's fine. Again, just kind of did what it needed to do. A wonderful sequel. The original cast is back. Everyone's great. Everyone's fantastic. And yeah, it works. I really, really enjoyed it. Supergirl, which we just watched last weekend. I may be in the minority on this one, and I understand that, and I get it, but I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think it's a perfect film by any means. I think it certainly does have its issues. I think there's some pacing issues. There's some plotting issues that I have problems with. Millie Alcock is fantastic as Kara. I think the cast is wonderful. Some of the editing choices were a little weird, but I thought it was good. The needle drops were good. The action sequences were fine. I don't think this movie's not the disaster that everyone wants you to think it is. I think it's solid. Is it, Is it kind of the shining example of what James Gunn wants to do with his DC universe? No. I think he probably might have should have went a different direction with the second outing in this world when it comes to the films. But I don't think it's bad. And again, I know it might be probably the outlier. I know Rotten Tomatoes and critics generally hate this movie, but I had a good time with it. We had a blast. I took my daughter, her friend, and Eli, my son, to see it, and we all really, really liked it. It was really cool to watch it with my daughter. Her and her friend are 14 years old, and they had a blast with it. It's really cool to watch movies like that with my daughter. Like it's just really, really cool to do that. So, yeah, I liked it. So, take that as you will if you liked it. I also like Superman. I like James Gunn's Superman a lot. I thought he did a really, really good job. David Cornsweet shows up in this movie as Superman again. And he does a really, really good job. Like he is Superman. Every time I see him on screen, he is Superman. Like it's crazy how much he's kind of developed into that character already after just one movie. So Supergirl, good. I enjoyed it. Did you like Superman, by the way? James Gunn Superman?
I thought it was all right. There's a lot of people that thought it wasn't that good. There's highs and lows, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I especially like the James Gunn just put it together perfectly. That last fight scene between him and Ultraman, where Crypto's going after all the cameras and Lex Luthor's losing his mind. I mean, that's just a great scene.
I love it. I love it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. The other movie I took my daughter to see, she's a massive Billie Eilish fan, so I had to go take her to watch the Billie Eilish concert film, Hit Me Hard and Soft, directed by James Cameron and Billie Eilish, which is freaking insane. Listen, it's a concert movie. After watching this movie, like I knew who Billie Eilish was. I understood who Billie Eilish was. My daughter's been a Billie Eilish fan for as long as I can remember. I had a brand new appreciation for Billie Eilish, and after seeing her perform live, we watched it in 3D. I get it. Like I get what the hype is. I get who Billie Eilish is. I get why people want to go see her shows, and I get why she's so important to so many people. Just a really great character study in a way, but also a really great concert film. There's so much to love about it, and I thought it was great and fantastic, and I really, really like the songs. Soundtrack was amazing. I know a lot of Billie Eilish songs, so it was great to see them perform live. That movie's just a lot of fun. Also want to talk about, watch the Jackass Best and Last. These movies, so obviously they're not so much movies as much as they are just long episodes of the TV show, right? Like you get the vignettes, you get them doing their Jackass things. But the thing about the Jackass movies is, I don't have as much fun in movie theaters as I have when I'm watching a Jackass movie, because especially when you're watching with the big crowd and there's a lot of people and everyone's just into it, it is one of the most incredible experiences you can have. Comedy and horror are the two things that can provide that. And we actually watched two movies this past couple of weeks that gave me that experience. I'll talk about the second one in a little bit here, but Jackass Best and Last, it's them with a whole new kind of cast of characters, and is probably the most emotional Jackass movie I've ever seen. It's kind of begs the question of like, when you get older, like what do you do? Like these guys are getting older and they're kind of facing their own mortality, and they're doing all the basic Jackass things, and it's more of a greatest hits clip show than anything. So they're showing a lot of their greatest hits skits and things like that, but they're also doing some newer stuff. But it really is them being like, hey, like we're getting old. Like, what is our purpose now? Like, this isn't, our life was all this. This has been our life forever. And now we have to stop or else we are going to die. So what do we do? So I think it's really kind of a great meditation on getting older and, having to deal with kind of becoming middle-aged and going over that hill and trying to figure out what your life is. Well, in between all that, you have all the poop jokes you can imagine, all of the disgusting, horrible things that they're doing to each other, sticking things in places where things shouldn't be stuck, a lot of male genitals. It's Jackass, and it's exactly what you expect from a Jackass movie. I think it's good. We had again. I took the whole family came to watch Jackass, and it's always a family affair, and we had a blast. So yeah, it's just laughed a lot in theaters. And then we also watched Scary Movie 6. Just called Scary Movie, which is a reboot of the Scary Movie franchise, or which are in the original cast, kind of a play on the Scream reboot. It's fine. It's funny. If you like Scary Movie 1 and 2, you're probably going to like Scary Movie 6. I think it has the same kind of humor. The Wayans brothers are back. It's nice to see them on the screen again in this environment. Enjoyed it. Not, I wouldn't say, hey, you have to go watch this movie, but at the same time, if you like Scary Movie and you like the spoof film, go watch it. Last year we got The Naked Gun, the reboot with Liam Neeson. I would argue that might be more well done and a better film. But I think this is a good effort. I think the Wayans brothers are they still crack me up. Listen, they grew up in the 90s. The Wayans brothers were everywhere. You had all their movies. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. You had Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. It's like, they were just kind of part of pop culture, and they're an institution. And I'm not really a big fan of a lot of their other stuff that they've done over the years, like everything. I think Scary Movie and Scary Movie 2 were the last two Wayans brothers movies that I've actually enjoyed, but this one kind of brings it back. So I had a really, really good time with it. So it's good. It's fine. Masters of the Universe. Let's talk about He-Man. He-Man was good. He-Man's He-Man. If you like He-Man, you're gonna like Masters of the Universe. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is the role that Jared Leto is made for. He's actually really, really good as Skeletor. But Nicholas Galestine. He's good. He was also in The Sheep Detectives, and he's fantastic in that too. It's Masters of the Universe, man. Like you like He-Man, you're gonna like Masters of the Universe. We had a blast. I remember I took my daughter and her friend, and they liked it because my daughter and her friend are big fans of Nicholas Galestine because he was also in Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I think is an Amazon series that they watch. He's also in a movie called Bottoms a couple years ago, which was my favorite movie of the year, where he plays this like whiny jock guy in high school, and he's great in it. And it was great to see him kind of do this kind of different vibes. So yeah, Master Universe, definitely check it out if you get a chance. Highly recommend it. Again, it's exactly, nothing different, nothing crazy. So should be good. Can you hear me and see me okay?
Yeah, you cut out for a second, okay. But yeah.
I was just making sure. I wasn't sure what happened there. I noticed that too. I was just like, I don't know what happened. Like, it's this hotel Wi-Fi, man. You never know. Never know how it's going to go. So hopefully.
You hear pops in the background. It's not gunshots. It's people lighting off fireworks.
I hear you. We're still dealing with that too here. Just real quick. One of the movies we just dropped on Netflix the other day, Alana Holmes 3, which is kind of obviously the third film in the Alana Holmes series, starring Millie Bobby Brown. Me and my family really enjoyed the first two. It was just kind of one of those movies we just kind of watched, and they were fun. Focuses on Sherlock Holmes' younger sister, and they kind of work on Henry Cavill is Sherlock Holmes in these films. He does a great Sherlock Holmes. Unfortunately, this one kind of lands flat, doesn't really work, but it's still fine. Not as good as the first two. The first two I enjoy immensely. This one was just okay. So definitely recommend checking it out if you like the series, but don't be expecting anything super crazy. Last film that I really want to talk about that I just saw a couple days ago, Obsession. A new horror film, Obsession, from director Curry Barker. It's his feature film debut. This movie's wild. This is one of the most intense movie theater experience I've had in a long time. One of the most uncomfortable. And I like horror. I like Evil Dead. I like movies that kind of make you squirm. And I've watched every single Saw movie in theaters. Like, I love these movies. This movie was just uncomfortable to watch on many levels for many different reasons, but in a good way. Like, it's horror the way horror should be done. There's jump scares, there's blood scares, there's tension building. it's elevated horror, like they like to say, but it's also blood and gore. It's also jump scare horror. It's all kinds of horror combined to create this just really kind of intense, emotional at times, and just wild ride. I gotta check out her name, because the lead girl who plays Nikki, she's Indy Navarrete. She is one of the most, if she's not nominated for an Oscar this year, like, I don't know what they're doing, because there's no way that she can't be. She's incredible. This is going to be The Substance, how Demi Moore was nominated for The Substance. This is that level of performance. She's fantastic. For those of you who don't know, the film's about a guy who makes a wish, essentially. It's a play on the monkey paw legend. Basically, he makes a wish that this one girl that he likes will become obsessed with him. And she does, in the worst way possible. But it kind of plays with the idea of who's really obsessed, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, who's the villain, who's who's the hero. And it plays with a lot of great tropes, and truly some really unexpected moments. There's one moment I'm still thinking about, like 3 days later, that just I was not ready for. I don't think anyone in the theater was ready for. And I was like something's going to happen, but like what does happen, you're not expecting at all. So it's just a really, really, really great movie. There's some minor story issues that I had, but nothing that will break the bank. And they're minor. They're tiny. Overall, the performances are good, and it's fantastic. Probably my favorite movie of the year so far. It is just so good. I also had a chance this year to watch some movies that I haven't seen in theaters before. 3 particularly. I did. So back in 1999, I did watch Fight Club in theaters when it first came out. They did a 4K re-release in theaters this year. I took my son Eli to go watch it. It was his first time watching it. So good. It's great watching on the big screen again. Absolutely loved it. I also watched Little Shop of Horrors, the re-release in theaters, which was a lot of fun. I love that movie, one of my all-time favorites. And I took my kids to go watch The Land Before Time, because they re-released it as well for a couple days. And my son turns to me halfway through the movie and he said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And then my daughter, as soon as the movie was over, she looked at me and she said, "That is cinema, no notes." So got a couple different reactions, but everyone, safe to say, was in tears by the end of the movie. So those were a couple standouts I got to see this year also. So that's kind of my list. Those are the movies I've seen. Now let's talk about what's coming up in the pipeline. Got quite a few things that are coming out. Of course, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is coming out in a couple weeks. Are you going to go check out The Odyssey? Are you excited for The Odyssey? What do you think of Christopher Nolan and The Odyssey?
Well, yeah, it's hard to miss with Christopher Nolan, really. But there's been some negative press around it here and there. But I mean, overall, I feel like it's The Odyssey. I mean, it looks like it's huge scale, big battles, war, like just the kind of epic story that you want in the summer. So I mean, to me, it's kind of, you can't miss on that one.
No, absolutely. And I think some of the stupid thing that people are complaining about, people are bitching about, mainly, I gotta let this out. Sorry, everyone, but I have to. You cast someone like Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. Lupita Nyong'o is one of the most beautiful women in the world, and men are out here calling her these names and stuff like that. Y'all, like, come on now, like, stop being a-holes and idiots and incels, whatever you want to be, because I think casting is casting. And then you also have the Elliot Page stuff. People just need to chill and get over it and move on. Anyways, that's my small rant. I am excited for The Odyssey. I think The Odyssey is going to be good. It's Christopher Nolan, like you said. It's hard to miss. I'm very, 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 very excited for Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn. I love Evil Dead so freaking much. I watched Evil Dead Rise again the other day. Evil Dead Rise is just phenomenal. It's such a good Evil Dead movie. It is so good. And it's only like an hour and a half, and it's just so good. I love the Evil Dead franchise. Of course, yeah, I love the classic ones with Bruce Campbell, directed by Sam Raimi, all that stuff. I own all the movies. I love the movies. I love Bruce Campbell, but I love what they're doing with these newer films, starting with the 2013 Evil Dead, kind of the reboot slash remake slash extension of the franchise. And then you had Evil Dead Rise a couple years ago. Now we have Evil Dead Burn, and then we have another Evil Dead coming out next year. So it's a kind of the time of Evil Dead, and I am so super excited for it. I cannot wait. Spider-Man. We got
Oh,
Spider-Man coming up.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna watch Spider-Man. I'm not gonna watch Spider-Man. Who's gonna
Oh,
waste their time? No, it's Spider-Man, brand new day. I'm very I can't wait. It looks good. We got Punisher joining them this time. You got the Hulk in there. Yeah. What more is there to say?
yeah, and there's a lot going on there, and
Mhm.
there's all kinds of rumors about possibly Venom's in there, possibly you see some Scorpion, you see possibly
Yeah.
Jean Grey, that's Sadie Sink's mystery
Yeah, yeah.
character. So there's a lot of mystery there. So a lot of I think a lot of big names leading into Doomsday, and I
Mhm.
think that's kind of where this is all heading. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you brought up Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday, one of the biggest probably movies coming out this year, which I can, I listen, I like the Avengers. I like all that stuff, but I'm also kind of, I kind of wish there's some things that they did to get to Doomsday that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm going to give it a shot. Got all these people kind of coming back. You got a lot of the old X-Men crew coming back. You got a bunch of you got the Russos who also directed the other two X-Men movies, or sorry, X-Men Avengers movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am excited for it. I definitely will watch it. Um, we also got live action Moana. Kind of done with this Disney live action remakes, if I'm being honest with
Yeah.
you. So, um,
I
yeah,
mean, they did get The Rock, to do the same character he did the animated, so I guess that's
yeah.
something.
Yeah, no, I guess it's something, but who knows?
I mean, it's just,
We got
in all fairness, that's like probably in the last 20 years, 10 years, that's like one of my favorite animated movies.
oh,
It's the original one.
I love
It's
Moana.
the music was good, the story was good,
Yeah,
just the whole thing was.
that is my biggest issue with this is that like Moana is such a perfect like animated movie. I didn't care for like part two was like okay, but like how are you going to? And it's only been like you said, it's been like what 10 years since the original came out. It This feels like the most like cash grabby,
Yeah.
you know, uh, unnecessary Disney remake that we've ever had because the original is still it's phenomenal. It's one of the best Disney films of this generation, and I think there's so much they do with that movie animation wise. It's just gorgeous. But now you're just going to take it away with all this live action stuff, and it's just isn't going to. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to vibe the same. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that's one of the things. It's got Super Troopers 3, which I'm excited for. I really love the Super Troopers movies. I think they're great. There's a movie called Nimrod's coming out that I'm very excited for. This movie stars McKenna Grace, Mason Thames, and Jenna Fisher. It is actually a film based off of the music of Green Day, that uses the music of Green Day, which could be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a big Green Day. I love Green Day, and yeah, so that should be cool. I'm very excited for that. They're also re-releasing Terminator 2 in theaters, which is going to be freaking awesome. It's only re-releasing for one day. It's the 35th anniversary. It's actually
Oh, wow.
releasing on Judgment Day, which is August 28th, which is going to be awesome. So I'm definitely going to be getting my tickets for that when it comes out. Very excited for that. My wife are looking forward to Practical Magic 2. I like the first Practical Magic. I was like, why not?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. Resident Evil. There's a new Resident Evil movie coming out from Zach Kreger, who did Weapons last year, and Barbarian the year before. So I think we're in for a good time with this one. supposed to
So
be getting a new. What's that?
I did hear also they're doing a Transformers apology tour of the original animated movie in
Oh
theaters.
yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
they're just
cool.
it's the apology tour because apparently they traumatized us all as children.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, that's Optimus Prime, right? That
Right.
whole thing, absolutely. So we also got Digger, which is going to be a Tom Cruise new movie, which looks interesting. I'm not exactly sure what it is. No one really does, but looks gonna be okay. Trap things up. We got Street Fighter, Clayface, Wildwood is um Wildwood is honestly my most anticipated movie of the year. I love Leica. Leica is one of my favorite animation studios. They also did Coraline, Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings. Couple there's just it's again it's a hometown pride thing. They're literally their studio is in Portland where I live, and this film features Portland prominently. This movie has some of the biggest some of the landmarks in Portland are actual characters in the movie. So it's just one of those things that I'm just very excited to see. Very kind of proud to see my the city I live in like portrayed in such a cool way. So a Wildwood definitely up there as one of my favorites, one of my most anticipated. Oh, another one I'm super anticipating Godzilla minus zero.
Yeah.
I really, gosh, Godzilla minus one was so good. My number one movie of that year. I love Godzilla minus one. I think it's one of the best Godzilla movies we've gotten in like 30, 40 years. Like it is phenomenal. Did you watch Godzilla minus one?
I haven't seen minus one yet, but I've seen all the other ones, like from since the Kong Skull Island,
Yeah.
in the whole Monarch series,
Yeah.
or storyline. Like, and I've really enjoyed it. They don't over. I love that they don't overhype the whole. These movies are all connected.
Mhm.
We're building a cinematic universe. It's just like here it is, and it's
Yeah.
Godzilla and it's King Kong and then it's Godzilla by himself, and it just works. I mean, I'm gonna see that one. I'm gonna see minus one also.
Yeah, definitely minus one. Definitely yeah, so good. Definitely check it out. Absolutely love it. So yeah, and then we got Doomsday and yeah, it's pretty much kind of wraps things up for kind of movies coming out this year. There's a lot to be excited for, a lot to look forward to. So if you had to pick one movie that you can see this year, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Daniel?
It's a good question. You know, what I would probably do is reach into 2027 and grab Spaceballs 2 and pull it into
Yeah,
this
there you
year
go.
and watch that.
There you go. Okay, yeah. No, absolutely. That's one I'm very, very much looking forward to as
Yes.
well. Um,
How
yeah,
about
no,
you?
I'd probably that's a tough one. I would probably do Wildwood. I'm very, very excited for Wildwood. I love claymation. I love that kind of animation. I think it is kind of a dying art form, and I think when people do cool stuff with it, it works. Guillermo del Toro has been doing some cool stuff with the art form as well. He did his Pinocchio and stuff like that for Netflix. Um, so I think, and his animation studio for that is also in Portland. Like Portland's like kind of like the cool hub for claymation and stuff. So, yeah, I think it'd be Wildwood. It'd either be Wildwood or honestly Evil Dead Burn. I'm very, very excited for Evil Dead Burn. That's going to be cool. So, anyways, let us know what you guys are excited for. Let us know what you guys are going to check out and what you guys have liked so far this year. What's your number one movie of the year so far? Let us know in the comments. Really, really appreciate every single one of you watching. We don't do these very often, but I'm happy when we do get to do them because it's very, very exciting. So, Daniel, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Pastrami Nation podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And as always, check out pastramination.com for all the latest news, movies, reviews, and all that stuff. Also, check out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, Pinterest. All that fun stuff are there. I think we're on LinkedIn too. I don't know, some weird thing, but check out. We're going to be having coverage coming up of D23 in Anaheim. We're also going to have coverage of San Diego Comic-Con coming up next month. Or no, this month.
This
Ooh,
month.
wow.
Yep.
Ooh. San Diego Comic-Con is this month. We got some really, really cool things coming down the pipeline as well. So keep an eye out for a lot of that stuff. So yeah, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for checking it out. David, thanks again for joining me on the Pastrami Nation podcast. And we will see you all next time on the show when we do one. We'll get better with these. I know it's been a while, but we really, really love doing it. We really appreciate every single last one of you guys. All right. Yo, we will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll talk to you all soon. Alrighty. Bye-bye.